Welcome back to the Citystead. I'm Josh, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a paper pot. Alright guys, so I stole this little idea from some friends of mine up across the Canadian border. You Can't Eat the Grass, Ian and Serena. They showed me last year, I think it was last year, they made a video about how to turn wine into pots. What I really liked about this idea was that it requires two simple things. First, you need some Manuza paper, and we get sent one of these little newspapers by our county every single Thursday without fail, so it was absolutely free to get that. And then the other thing you need is a wine bottle, and this wine bottle did cost us like 15 bucks when we went up north and had a little wine sampling. We discovered a really good wine. It's cherry chocolate, or it's, as this is called, cherry adore. And the wife and I got to enjoy it before we did this, so that was a good, $15 well spent. And now we're gonna double and use it as our paper pot maker. So when I first saw this, I thought it was such a cool idea, and I'm like, that is awesome use of newspaper. I got a lot of that always coming to my house, and I would love to be able to use it. And to make an awesome biodegradable pot, you just can't get any better than that. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that newspaper, and like this one, it's a pretty good length for wrapping around a bottle. Height-wise, I can get 2 pots out of these. I found when I was doing it last year. So I take it, and I go right down the middle, and I just tear it straight down the middle, like so. Now I got enough to make 4 pots out of just these 2 sheets of newspaper right here. So they're fairly easy to make. You're gonna take your newspaper, I'm gonna lay it down this way so we can do it a little bit better. You're gonna take your wine bottle, and you're gonna place it about halfway up your newspaper. You're gonna take this over top on there. You kind of want to make sure it's, level when you're rolling it across your bottle. And then we roll it like so. And then once you're done rolling, you're gonna take it and you're gonna fold that bottom in and press it, and then press it, and then press it, and we're gonna press that there too. And then out comes your bottle. Now give it a little bit of a twist to make it come off a lot easier. And there we are. We have a paper pot. All right, one more time for the people in the back. Wine bottle. Roll. Press, 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 and press. Now it's got a nice little cup. Let's rotate our bottle out a little bit. And a perfect little paper pot. So on a side note, I didn't mention it before, but she mentioned it's very good to have an indent in the bottom of your bottle. So it doesn't have to be a wine bottle, it just has to be something that has some sort of indent, because you're gonna press that paper up in there, and that is what's gonna make kind of the cup, the strength of the bottom of it, is by pushing all that in there. And then when you fill it with soil, it'll kind of push down on there and fill out the sides, and it's gonna create a really good, strong shape. I actually have a couple here that I already put soil in and put a couple seeds in. You can see how well it holds together. I can grab it and move it all around while it's dry. Now, here's the tricky part. When you put them in the tray, make sure that's the tray you're planning on leaving them in, because once you start watering them, they do deteriorate a little bit, and they will become a lot more crumbly, as newspaper does if it does get wet, So if you're gonna put them in the tray, make sure that's the tray you plan on using, keeping them in, because you're not gonna want to move them a lot. You're just gonna move them when you go to transplant into the ground. One thing that was really cool that she mentioned, and that's why I kind of thought it was awesome, was that technically you're not transplanting this so much as you are just digging a bigger hole and then setting this whole cup down inside of it. And that is going to be really good for plants that are finicky to transplant, because you won't be disturbing the roots at all when you transplant it. You'll just be putting this whole thing in the dirt, and as this thing gets wetter and wetter and falls more and more apart, those roots would be able to push through it super easy. They can already push through it pretty easy because paper is really thin, but once it starts getting wet, you know, it gets really easy to tear and push and rip and break down. So perfect little biodegradable pot. So these are super easy to make. I'm guessing everybody has a wine bottle at their house that either needs to be drank or they need to go get a wine bottle because they have a reason to drink some wine. And once you do that, you just need some newspaper, and the majority of us have newspaper or junk mail or something showing up at our house non-stop that we can use, I'm sure. Or you just go out and buy one newspaper for like 75 cents, and you can probably make yourself quite a few pots out of just that one newspaper. What I got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6, 8. I still got enough papers here. I think I made about 18 of them actually on the last time I did this around. So 18 pots for free, minus the wine, which, you know, the value of my wife and I sharing a wine together at night while we watched some Outlander. I think that's what we were watching. You know, priceless. So everything else was free. Easy to make yourself some pots to start some plants. And one more benefit is that you can actually make different height pots if you want it. And if you had a really thick bottle, this is just a normal wine bottle, maybe you had something twice the size of that, you could plant something bigger inside of it if you wanted, keep it inside longer. You can go wider, you can go taller, all depending on your needs for these pots. That's one cool thing about them, is they're super adjustable. And yeah, I think that's it. I think everybody should be making themselves some paper pots because they are awesome uses of some resources that you already have on hand, and you're not adding to the plastic that we use out in the environment all the time. All right, so full credit goes to Serena and You Can't Eat the Grass and this idea here. What a great idea. I had to steal it. I had to share it with some of you that maybe haven't heard of it before. I'm hoping you have. I'm hoping you've actually seen her video before, which I will drop a link for right down below. She's a little less rambunctious than I am, I guess. So depending on the style you like to hear your information in, she might be better to watch. All right, guys, I'm gonna go see if there's more wine that needs to be drunk and make some more paper pots. Oh, remember, be bold and grow bold, and as always, I'll see you guys in that very next video. Newspaper hands.